I'm Senator Jason Holzman from the 7th District of Kansas City. For 5 years before I was elected to the Missouri House of Representatives, I taught social studies in the KCMO School District, and I coached football and baseball. And during my time with the district, I saw some amazing transformations. I saw some young people who had no hope finding themselves the things which made them great, and that when they left us, they were ready to go conquer the world. And I also saw some major tragedies. Some young people who had to deal with some things that, you know, just by right, they shouldn't have had to deal with, and it affects their ability to succeed in an academic classroom. And that's where I think that we need to focus our attention on early childhood development, getting our kids the best start that they can. And Senator Justice and Senator Kennedy and myself, along with Senator LaVota and girls, we're all working on getting a bill passed that would allow for districts to voluntarily have an early childhood program, which would put it in a foundation formula so they wouldn't have to fight over the funds and the resources there to provide for that program year in and year out. And we're hopeful to try to move that piece of legislation. I also believe it's important to work on issues like urban agriculture so that we have good food and we have access to healthy, nutritious nutrients for our young people, and that will make a difference. And then finally, you know, trying to understand what it is to respect and value our neighborhoods and our communities and each other, and really looking inward towards ourselves to find some of these answers. I'm here today to help listen and support. I appreciate Representative Ellington for getting us together. I do think this is one of the most significant concerns that we have as a city and a nation, and I hope to find some answers today, and I thank you for letting me be here.
I'm State Senator Paul LaVota, District 11, which is to the east. And I just wanted to come thank all of you for being here and show my support for Senator Curls and Senator Holzman and the effort that we need to do in Jefferson City to help improve our community. The arc of history is long, but it bends toward justice. And the way that we solve our problems by coming on a Saturday afternoon when we'd rather not be there and come talk our problems out, come up with some solutions, and try to make things better. Seems pointless at times when we look at the challenges that we have, but what we're doing today and what you're doing today is the way we make things better. So I want to thank you for being here today, and I'm here to support you.
Hello, I'm Earl Fortas. I want to say quickly, I want to thank everybody that supported the police department. I know I'm the face of the police department. I'm not doing anything by myself. It's just so much support. Thank the mayor and the board for giving me this opportunity, a lifelong dream to be the police chief. I think we're going to make, well, I know we're going to make a difference. But I just want you all to know in the last 44 years, there's only been 9 years where we didn't have over 100 homicides. This is nothing new. I appreciate the representative for doing what he's doing. I'd walk all the way to Jeff City for him. I had another appointment for this today, before this today, and I have to leave in a minute. But I postponed that just so I could be here to support Representative Ellington. I mean, he's been great for the city even before he was elected. And again, I love you. Everybody's not kind of look at the police and say, what are you going to do to fix this? You know, he's saying we have some systemic issues there. And again, I just applaud all of you for coming today to support what he's trying to do. And thanks again.
Good afternoon. I am Yelma Kambady. I represent the 26th District, and I'm going to be extremely brief. There's a lot of us here, and we came to hear from you. But just to kind of give you a general idea, I have a unique district in that I have 4 city council districts within my district, 2 state senate districts within my district. I run from 47 to 99 in Prospect, and in some cases, all the way up to the Plaza. So my district is very unique to probably anyone else in here. But I do want to thank Representative Ellington for bringing us all together today. We've got a lot of work to do. And down in the state, you're going to hear about education, and you're going to hear about gun control, and you're going to hear a lot of things. But what I want you all to know is we need to hear from you. Sometimes because we're down in Jeff City, we're far away, and you all forget we represent you. That you can pick up the phone and call any one of our offices, and we will respond. Or you can send us an email about whatever, whether it's the gun control, whether it's education. Please take the time to let us know what you're thinking, what your concerns are, because we are there for you. I I thank you all for taking the time and coming out this afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm State Representative Randy Dunn, and I represent the 23rd District in the state legislature. And first, I just want to thank Representative Ellington again for hosting this forum. As he said earlier, this is one of the most important issues that is impacting our community. And I want to emphasize the word community because it's going to take all of us. These are issues that are going to take a really holistic approach, again, from education to issues of unemployment and underemployment in our community, making sure people have access to jobs and jobs that will allow them to fully take care of their family. So it's going to, again, take all of us coming together. This is not something that's going to be solved in one day, and it's not something that's going to be solved by pointing the finger outside of our community. We're going to have to come up with the solutions within our own self, within our own community, and come together. We cannot continue to point the finger. We cannot continue to have the type of environment where people are unwilling to let it be known who are the perpetrators and who are committing the crimes in our community. We have to do away with the no snitching attitude in our community, because until we do that, we're going to continue to see the crime and the violence that is pervasive throughout our community. Again, Representative Ellington, just want to say thank you. And I also want to, again, second the comments of Representative Beatty, that it's important that we hear from you. I think that's the most important thing, is that we hear from you and what you want us to go back down to Jefferson City or down to City Hall and fight for you. So thank you.
I'm John Sharp. I'm a city councilman from the 6th District, represents a lot of South Kansas City. I appreciate Representative Ellington hosting this. He's one of the great young leaders we have in Jefferson City, and I'm glad to hear him talk about all the societal forces that really contribute to our crime problem, because a lot of folks say, well, just pass this law, pass that law, and everything's going to be okay. And I think all of us know it's going to take a lot more than that. And clearly, we have to provide more opportunities for people who have committed an offense to lead productive lives after that. We need to get rid of the box on these application forms, and certainly for the city, and I think for any business that does business with the city, where you have to check if you've had a felony conviction, and oftentimes that's the end of your application. When I came on the council, you couldn't even get a liquor license to be a waiter in a restaurant bar if you had a conviction like that, and we were able to soften that. We didn't get rid of it altogether, but at least after a period of good time, you could get that. So we have to realize that people have to be allowed to earn an honest living if we expect them to earn an honest living. We have to do a better job of educating the young people for the jobs today. But we also have to realize that we do have a crime problem. And we have a worse crime problem as far as homicides in Kansas City than a lot of American cities. We're one of the top cities in the nation in terms of our homicide rates per 1,000 people. And with homicide rate, in my opinion, spread out evenly around this metropolitan area, you'd have had so much community outrage, it never would have been tolerated this long. But we know where the homicide rates are concentrated, and they're mainly in areas or diverse communities or lower income communities, basically on the east side and some of the west side. You don't have high homicide rates north of the river. You don't have high homicide rates in the Ward Parkway corridor. So it has been concentrated. And since my boy graduated from Hickman Mills in '04, I've had to speak at 2 funerals of 2 of his former teammates and best friends who were both doing everything right, were homicide victims. My daughter was a homicide victim her senior year at MU, so this isn't an academic issue to me. I think we've got the right police chief. This Kansas City No Violence Alliance, which is a cooperative effort between the police, the prosecutor, and the feds, is going to pay off. It's not going to pay off right away, but it will pay off. But I think we also need to look at changes in law, and there's very little we can do at the city level because the state has preempted the firearms regulation. But there is a section in state law that allows you to legally carry a concealable weapon in your passenger compartment of your vehicle, even if you don't bother to get a concealed carry permit. You don't have to pay the money for that, you don't get the training for that, you just can do it. That's a crazy thing to have in law, and I don't know with the current political makeup in Jeff City if we can get a change, but we ought to try. Thank you.